The topic we are going to discuss today. Drum rolls. AI influencers. I feel celebrities creating their own licensed AI models is a very big opportunity.
OnlyFans case study about a Spanish model who now has like a team of people who just sit and they chat with one of her fans.
Girlfriend GPT. That's where also a real opportunity is. People need someone to talk to. They are lonely.
I guess there was a movie in Hollywood which already portrayed this in real world, having a AI girlfriend with you.
Hi everyone, how's it going?
Hey,
Hello.
chat.
The new fad is the topic we are going to discuss today, and I'm sure everyone will be very excited about it. And it's the topic of drum rolls, AI influencers. So,
I like how you said drum rolls, but everyone know drum.
I thought Surul will. We can do it again. The new topic is drum rolls. Oh, come on, Surul. It's about AI influencers. So we will, without skipping a beat, what like in one sentence, if what's your take on that?
It's the new fad, like hands down.
Like the AI influencer space is, I guess, currently nobody knows if it will be a very successful space. Of course, like everything in AI, everybody is experimenting nowadays, building stuff over it. And I guess we were together just the other day, and we talked about that AI model, right? Fit. What was the name for Etana Lopez or something? Right.
For me, it's just one word. It is money. I think there's a lot of money to be made in that space for some time. I don't.
Everybody is trying to make money with AI nowadays.
Can you see my screen? I'm sharing my screen. I'll just open that. So this is the influencer we were discussing about the other day. Diana Lopez. She's a Spanish, made by a Spanish agency called the Clueless AI. And I think everyone wanted to share something about it. And what do you want to share about this agency?
Yeah, I think it's just some guy who has like the PR has been done in such a way that everybody thinks it was an agency. Then they have launched their own models. I'm not sure about the background, but I think it's fairly new. But from the news articles, it's like that. It's been running for quite some time.
So just for context, like if I have to put it, I feel an AI influencer is an AI generated image or a video of a person who looks real but is not. So the person does not exist in real life. But on social media, you can engage with that person. You can follow them. You can see their stories. You can comment on their profiles. Yeah. And I was just reading the other day that like this particular AI influencer, this Adriana Lopez. So by AI influencer, we don't mean that she talks anything about AI. Like she's not an influencer in the AI domain. She's just a model, which is not real, who is not real, and is created using AI models, right? So that to generate similar images of them. Now the thing is, why? Like I was just wondering that what's the harm? Like as long as she looks real and people can interact with her, like she's as equal to a normal person, right? Or is there something missing over here?
Like in reality, when you see, like, you can't make out if she is generated by like some AI model or something, right? If you go through the Instagram profile, you will see that it's kind of very real. The agency behind it has also kept it very real in terms of the engagement. They start posting stories around it, like she's going to dinner, or maybe she just woke up, or maybe she's like, so like anyone who is not really well versed with what's going on in AI, which is like 90% of the audience on Instagram, I would say. And they would, of course, feel that she is some AI model, or she is some model, fitness model based out of, I guess, Barcelona or somewhere. So it's very difficult for any normal user to just make out from a photo that she might be and not real person.
No, so like if there is an agency, so there might be a bunch of individuals who will make image of a person and make the person do different things and create photos. And we'll discuss that later in the pod or videos, and give them a story and virtually create a virtual life around it, right? Like this agency does. Now the thing is, like, what's your? I mean, I feel that it is scalable, it is efficient, it is almost living a life of a person without the tantrums and the problems of living a life of a person. So, I mean, I see it as a good future. I mean, I am very bullish on that. Like, I don't feel that it's a fad. Why is it that we feel it's the fad? Like, what's the thought behind that?
So it depends on the use cases. So if you are trying to project an AI image as a real person, then that would eventually die down. Like it might take 3 months, 4 months, 6 months. So I got to know about this Etienne Lopez, I think 2, 3 weeks back, right? It was very fascinating to me. So for the past 1 week, I've been trying to figure out how to do this. I've been exploring tools, coding myself to like to uh, make these images and videos of similar people, right? But now, if you go on the Instagram page, you will just see photos.
Yeah.
And let's say there are videos also of that person, but it is not adding any kind of value to me now. Now it's just another like photo page for me because that person does not exist. That person is not adding any kind of value to anyone. Maybe someone is engaging with the comments or the posts, but there is no like human connection, if I can say that, with me. So eventually it will die. But
The person who is a real person but not adding any.
yeah, but a real person, yes, it is the same as a real person if that real person is also just posting photos and not adding value. But let's say I compare that to a fitness trainer who is trying to build a brand on Instagram. They would be posting stories, adding value with regard to, let's say, protein powders or your postures or how to, like, what is the correct schedule for gymming or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So that is adding value to me. Now, whether that can be done through AI, like if there is an AI model, this model only, Etienne Lopez, which is adding value to me. Right now, though, she is not. But let's say in the future, if she is able to add that kind of value to me, then we'll see whether I want to follow her for a longer time and it will not die down. That, like for me, it depends on the use case.
It's kind of very similar to like any other like person on Instagram or any social media platform, right? If they are creating some value for you, then you follow them, and then you like also follow their recommendations. For example, if they're doing a brand promotion or engagement, you're more likely to try that product out. For example, if a beauty influencer is suggesting you to try a new moisturizer, right? So probably girls who follow her, they will probably try and buy that product, right? Unless and until if that influencer is just not creating any value in anybody's life, as Anmol said, right? I rightly agree with him that at the end, because this race, we like it's becoming easier and easier day by day to do this, right? Like it's also Barry would not.
Yeah, so that is very important. So
Yeah.
at scale now you can, if you have something to add a value, so that's still a human creative effort.
Yeah.
But so in order to now, but if in order to showcase it, now that can be done at scale, right? So if I have something of value, I don't need a camera, or I don't need to go for a photo shoot, or I don't need to actually go in a gym.
Yeah.
Advertise the fit. If I know what is fitness all about, probably I can create an AI influencer and unlock that without the hassle of actually clicking a photo or going to the gym.
So scale is definitely a pro here, but the con is human connection. Like again, it's a gray area. No, none of us know how it will pan out in the future. If enough
Yep.
people start connecting with AI avatars, like purely AI avatars who are not backed by real individuals, then the world will move that way. But if human connection is very important, if that is how it pans out, then probably I think the people like real humans who create their own avatars and then use that for scale
Right.
like earn money, add value, whatever. They will eventually win over only AI-based avatars or influencers.
I guess we'll start seeing more of these AI influencers
Oh, definitely.
if the cost to create one is very cheap. Because the way I see it is not everyone is comfortable like putting themselves in public space, right? There are a lot of people who want to be an influencer in some industry or some context, but they do not have the courage, or they do not feel very comfortable being in front of the public, right? So probably this is a tool that will uh, give them the ability to be out there and put the content or create value in people's life without being in front of them, right? Through a magical AI influencer by creating videos who can talk to them. The example that you were discussing, right? Maybe create a person who teaches you English, right? They come online and start educating you. So probably an English teacher who doesn't feel very comfortable in front of the camera, they can just create an AI replica of themselves, which is good, uh, like look-wise, and they can just like put their voice to it.
Now now the thing becomes that what if like someone did not tell me that Radiana was not AI? Like, will I ever get to know it? Like, can we figure out, like, I was just going through a profile, I'll share my screen again. Like, if someone did not tell me that this is an AI model, or this is someone who is not a real fitness influencer and she's AI, I mean, I can't make out. Can we make out that she's not a real person?
Like as I said, for the 90% of the audience, it's very difficult for them to make out because they're not very up to date with the technology and what's happening in this space. But yes, for people like us or people who are working in this domain or who are actually very well versed or updated with news and everything, they might get to know of it because we have already seen an article published. So probably that.
I'm scared now because now I don't know. Tomorrow there might be a fitness influencer who is AI generated, has the perfect body, gives me advice about when to take a protein shake or when to do what an exercise or when to take a fat burner. And I'm impressed by his looks or his body. And I see his daily routine and I can see the photos. But I don't know whether the person is real or not. I mean, that's scary. Like, what if an agency does not tell the people that it's AI?
I guess it's the next generation of what the celebrities used to do, right? So in today's world, celebrities also use editing tools like Photoshop to like enhance their appearance in front of the people, right? Even after a photo shoot, somebody from the team goes through all photographs, edits every photograph before it's put on Instagram, right? So I guess it's also a plus for the celebrities as well, models, but like real life models as well, because they can generate like really good handsome pictures of themselves rather than like wearing these and going to these photo shoots.
But what if the person is not real?
So it's more of an ethical question, right? Whether if I'm creating an AI influencer, whether I'm revealing to the world or not that this is an AI influencer. But then if I'm not revealing, then I'm risking my brand on the fact that if you are able to like see through it that this is an AI model or AI influencer, then probably you will just lose trust within 1 second and then you will unfollow or drop it.
So it's
It's better that I tell that it's an AI influencer because people would probably still connect with them. That yes, it's an AI influencer. I know it's an AI influencer, but this I'm connecting with the value that they are adding or whatever content, whether it is entertainment or educational, like you said, English speaking or any language. So I would probably connect with their content, their value, and because I know that it's AI, it would be an easier acceptance for me. That would probably
like you were showing me some tools before this.
I would be carrying out
How easy, like you were saying, what's the cost and how easy, like can anyone, like we also tried creating influencers, but the photo realistically, I mean, how low the cost can get and how easy can it get is something that I wonder. What do you
right now I have been I've been generating this for free. So there has not been any cost to me.
Yeah.
Okay. So I found this code. This runs on Google Colab. Uh, and I don't have to put the code in my local system. I don't have to get any GPUs to run this. I just run this code. Okay. And this is hosted on Criteo. So again, everything is open source. I just get this tool and it's fairly simple to use. I just have to enter the prompt here. There are some settings. So basically, I can choose speed, quality, let's say quality, then the image size, how many number of images I want to generate, then style. So let's say I want a better picture, focus, enhanced. These are the models. So I am on tech. I don't understand any of it, right? So I'm not touching these. And anyway, it says advanced, so I'm not touching this either. So if I have to put the prompt here, I was just looking through these mid-journey portrait prompts. Someone was teaching something, right? Let's copy any of these.
I guess like after this podcast, a lot of people will start creating AI influences by using the similar tool without like incurring any cost.
But like we lightly discussed, creation is just one part of it. Value generation and connecting with people are then also thing. Like what do you do now that
Let's say if I post it as it is and I just uncheck everything. Oh, sorry. And I'll ask him to generate, 2 images. So it takes its time, but now it will give me some 2 images of the same person.
So how easy it is now, you can see, right? Like we found one open source model. We did not have to build any application. We did not have to deploy our model. We did not have to like edit our GPUs, and you are able to test it out like freely, right? And if somebody wants to do it very seriously, of course they can just pay for Google Colab and try and.
for now it is free, but is there a possibility this can get paid? I don't think so, right? It's open source.
The model is open source, of course. The platform that we are running it on is Google Colab, which is for researchers, right? So probably that can get paid. So you'll have to pay them to run this.
I already have Pro, just for disclosure's sake. So that is why. Otherwise, it's just $12 per month. If you just want to consider that cost, then be it.
Yeah.
Wow. So it is generating it in real time and there are multiple sizes. So for Instagram,
And there's no way you can probably just by looking at it, you can identify this is not a real person.
you used to run a design business before this. How much time will a designer take to create this?
You cannot create humanistic images by hand. Of course, you need to be an artist to create that. And of course, it will take a lot of time for you to fine tune everything, right? So humanistically, it's a really time engrossing problem.
Can we see a finished image?
Yeah, this one is finished. So both of these will be similar. So I've just generated 2.
And you can see the shadows as well, like the clarity of generation. Like there's some light falling on the hair of, and the shadow of it falling on the shoulder. So it's all natural. It's not something that you can see.
That absolutely depends on the prompt. So I've like copy pasted a prompt from some person's.
Exactly. Probably
And
going
if
forward.
they're creating some images and you have interesting prompts, put it in the chat also. So that other people can try the prompts and create their images.
So I just Googled portrait prompts. So people have given all these tips of making the portraits better, facing the camera, shoulder level, even the camera lens you can put. So you might have to get in. Yeah, so these are the 2 images.
So that's the level of fine tuning you could do.
Alike.
Yeah.
Now I can also create more images with different, like I can make this person play any kind of sport, climb the tallest building in the world. I just have to put that image here and then face swap it. So like it's very easy. I just have to put the image here and I have to say that generate the
That's what we call a deep fake. But we will keep that discussion for a separate podcast.
yeah, no, deepfake is where you think someone like real person's face onto something, but this is
But this is
this person does not exist. The person we have generated right now. This is just another
and
a new face.
But you can create a deep fake using this, right? If I take
Yeah. Yes.
very easily.
and technically, Sukur, like how difficult it is to, for a non-tech person to use this tool. Do you think it's difficult or easy?
It's very simple. As of Anmol is of course not very technical, right? But and he's been able to figure it out on its own, like on his own. So I guess anybody who gets the access to it, they will be able to like just if they can run Facebook, they can run this. As simple as that.
I saw some. I'll show you something I saw. So there's this agency which I saw, which is called My AI Influencer. So they are creating AI avatars for you if you pay them.
Yeah, you can find these services at Fiverr.
There are this is Fiverr. There are products also. So people are making products where you can create your own influencer.
Yeah.
So for what we showed right now, I still had to go to Google Colab. I should know what Google Colab is, right? To run the code and like to figure out the settings. But like if I create a product for this, then I would make the UI very easy. You can open createinfluencer.com.
Let me try. Like I have it open on my side, I guess.
Okay.
This one we were talking about earlier, no?
Yeah.
So this okay, got it.
Yeah, so you can create the person, you can create their input their background, what they do, what you want them to do, or figure out a personality type for them. And look at it, it's just $9 per month.
Yeah.
It's nothing. And I don't have to show my face.
That's the best part.
Yeah, if I'm an introvert, I don't have to show my face. And it will take care of everything.
And I guess we also found out about this one, right? Let me try and share again.
Sure.
So what are the opportunities it has unlocked, these kind of products and like creating soul gen?
So this is a AI tool for doing different type of things. You can also edit the clothing just like it says on the example. And so you can make anyone wear anything. You can change your hairstyles.
Yeah.
And you can remove pattern. Of course, that's an age-old thing. You can swap the faces. Right.
It's very easy now. It's not even up for this.
Anything that you can imagine, right, in terms of image generation, that's now being possible with AI.
Not even like image, just image. It's now video also can be very easy.
I guess the other day you were discussing that animate anything, right?
Yes.
We'll take up video for the next podcast. Yeah.
But let's talk about the opportunities it has unlocked. Let's talk about what are the potential things. So what is the potential industry we can disrupt?
So let's say on YouTube, there are, Surgur was talking about English teaching, right? So if YouTube has some influence, some person teaching English, basically that's an async video, right? There's no two-way communication. Of course, there are comments, but in video, there is no two-way communication. Now that can be done with the AI avatar. Yeah. If a real human-looking avatar is there and they are teaching English, then that would probably be as good as a real person teaching English. Plus, as you said, it can be done at scale. That is one.
I feel celebrities creating their own licensed AI models is a very big opportunity because I feel that if they don't, someone else will. So it's better to create something. I don't know what's the regulation around it. Probably when we discuss about deepfakes, we can talk about it.
People are already doing it. Let me Let me check if I can show something.
because of course there's a massive scalability possibility it has unlocked where people don't have to travel for photo shoots and all, and they can create a license. Before we go ahead on that, like we were talking about YouTube videos, so I don't know, can these models talk, like the AI generated models, can they speak?
So there are different models for each activity. For example, for voice, there's a different AI model that you need to use. Then for lip syncing, there's a different model that you need to use. For example, you have a video that has been generated by AI. There's an audio that has been generated by AI. And then you club these together, right? And you start moving the lips according to the tone, tonality of the audio and everything. So yeah, that's already possible. There are products that are coming up which are utilizing all these three different streams of AI and like publishing
I
a
mean,
finished product.
searching for it for this podcast, but are we there yet? Because I don't feel that today we can just write a text and it can create a video taking my AI avatar reading out a script, which is almost as real as a normal person recording it. So how far we are from that day?
I guess maybe in the next 6 months, you'll start seeing that happen. It's not really that far.
I don't think it's that far. I think it's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
So
In the next 6 months, you will have these videos coming up on YouTube like this.
So there's this person who has trained the.
You also were telling us about a channel, a news channel.
No.
Which is
Yeah, I'll show you. So this is Stable Diffusion trained on Madhuri Dixit's image. So these are all AI generated images. And now you cannot tell whether this is real or not, right? So
Yeah.
some person has trained the Stable Diffusion model on Madhuri Dixit's real images, and now it can generate exact same replicas.
Right.
And like, I don't think it's very far that videos can also be done like similar.
There's a lot of development being done on the video side, right? Like animating or maybe creating GIFs out of images. You can generate an image, then just have to start moving that image, move hands.
yeah, that
Background.
and
Right. And that Stable Diffusion is doing that. So they have rolled out a model for Stable Diffusion video that generates 10 seconds or 5-second clips for any image that you provide it. So a lot of work being done. Of course, we saw Gemini coming in. They have
What about Gemini? I have no idea. Like, what did you guys see Gemini? I just saw the video, but I have not used it.
Of course, people are like putting it out like demos that Google puts it, they're fake. So probably it's not as awesome or as intuitive as Google made it look. But of course, they do have the capabilities to do it. Probably we'll start seeing some application. The API has been made available. I just saw it today, right? So the Gemini API is available. And even I guess 60 hits per minute is free. So they have priced it very cheaper than OpenAI. So you can hit their APIs for free.
We'll probably try it out to see what.
Yeah.
I guess we will have another podcast on that use case
Yeah.
of Gemini. Like this, we can compare GPT with Gemini, and
Yeah.
see.
If it's half as good as the demo, then
Of course.
would be great.
Yes.
Mm.
Nice.
And what about the use cases of combining chat model with? I mean, probably we can discuss about that. Like if I have generated an AI influencer now or an AI created model, and people like them on Instagram and they want to chat because chat is already there. Video might take time. So we were discussing about two products like SlowGen and Girlfriend GPT. So I mean, what's like I feel that's where also a real opportunity is. I mean, people need someone to talk to. They are lonely, and now they can do it at scale, seemingly with a real person, almost as good as a real person will talk to them, and it feels real and it can be done at scale. And if people are willing to pay, it's a good opportunity. You know?
It's a great opportunity. It's not just good.
Yeah.
Because there are two things. One, enabling people to build their own influencers, which we have discussed. That's one opportunity. Second is, what if I have built my influencers? How do I monetize them? So I mean, what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, probably I guess there was a movie in Hollywood, right? I guess probably
Huh?
5 to 6 years back. There was her, and there was another one, which already have like tried to portray this in real world, like having a AI girlfriend with you, who understands you, who knows your nuances, who knows like what you like, what you dislike, and she knows when to talk, when to not talk, and how to talk to you, and she understands you, right? So I guess that model that has been validated already, and that's a requirement in the coming world, because as mental health issues grow, people will fall towards these products where they can just vent out all of maybe their frustration, or maybe they want somebody to confide in, or like anything like that, right? So I guess the more these things become normal, people will start adopting it. But of course, smarter people will not be talking to an AI generated girlfriend. But yes, of course, there is a market for it. We have already
You think
seen
not
it.
just girlfriends, like we were discussing the other day about mental health and the use cases around it, where
Yeah.
probably not therapy, but you need someone to just talk to or vent out,
Like, just listen.
just listen.
Oh, that we were talking about that person. No, he's running this call center in Delhi. So so what he has done is, I think Surur was not there. So there are so he's running a call center where he has a helpline. I won't call it a helpline, but let's say, and people can just call and vent out like whatever they want. Maybe
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe they want to like have intimate talks, or they want to just lash out. So anything they can do, he's just offering an ear, like someone who will listen to them.
This is more like the Ayushmann Khurrana movie that we had.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, true, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Dream Girl. Yes. Very similar to
So,
that.
so now I don't need real humans doing that, because
Exactly.
now my AI can counter whatever, like it's conversational now.
Yes.
So now I can do that at scale. I don't need an office. I just need a system, and I can build that call center.
And even that day, like I was actually telling you about, right? That OnlyFans case study about a Spanish model who now has like a like team of people who just sit and they chat with
Yeah, yeah,
all of
yeah.
all of her fans on OnlyFans, right? And she's not even chatting with them. So all of the people who are just faking and just chatting with her followers and maybe sending them pics and all of that stuff. So probably it's already happening, but with real persons, that will change to just being AI, like people talking to AI models, maybe consuming content generated by AI and all of that.
So I think the next 5 years will depend on how people take it. If
Yeah.
there is, I was telling Anmol about it in the morning, if the delta between the feelings or the dopamine hit they are getting right now with whatever they are doing with humans and versus whatever they do with AI, if it is not too much, then we can see a very different world from what we live in right now. But in case that delta is too much and adoption doesn't happen, then probably this will become something else. This will stay a fad. Because this is not now automation. This is, and being from this background, this will only get better. Today it's just AI, tomorrow it will be AGI. So
I guess there will be a lot of like in the growing markets like India or maybe other spaces like Bangladesh or other Asian markets, the space is very hot. Like of course, people will utilize this particular technique to earn money, and there's no harm in it if unless until you are harming someone else. But just offering services like maybe the girlfriend GPT thing, right? I don't think that's really a harm unless you're helping someone just vent out their frustration, right? Or maybe offer them an ear. So probably these markets are more inclined towards it. But yes, even we have seen that even developed markets like US, the most the people that the majority of people on OnlyFans are from US, and what they consume is just chat. They consume photographs being sent by models, and just that, or maybe a voice call, right? And I think that AI will replace all of this in the next 6 months or maybe 1 year or maybe 2 years. and people will start doing at scale, and it will be very difficult for anyone to just figure out if it's an AI or it's a real person. And I guess it won't matter that much at that moment if it's the AI or it's a real person, because with the person talking, it's just that I'm able to talk to someone who really understands it.
But then what will people do?
People will chat. People will chat.
People will start doing these businesses, right? For example, the phone wants to create a Spanish model, right? So he can do that. He can create an Instagram page. Maybe I can do that. I can maybe create a bodybuilder page, right? I create a figure who is a bodybuilder with a huge.
Why will I create a Spanish model? It's about it.
No, I mean, whatever is our alter ego. I mean, it's very similar to the Fight Club, where, Edward Norton idolized Tyler Durden, and this guy, Brad Pitt, he's his alter ego, and he starts imagining himself as that. So, whatever the life a normal person could not live, can now probably try to live with an AI. And I don't know, I mean, there should be some research on the mental state of people. How will it change after some time? Like, will they even, like, if it becomes so accepted, like internet has become so accepted, this is the same level or the greater level of technology shift, then probably it will not be able to differentiate between, are we comparing ourselves to an AI or ourselves. And I mean, it's a very dangerous territory. I mean, yeah, probably a lot of products to be developed on the mental health of people using. Why?
Maybe how it will change is everybody will create an alter ego, and then that character will be like, I will create an alter ego, you will create an alter ego, and my character, like I will compare myself through my character as compared to, like, against your character, not you. And I will not compare myself. Like my alter ego will be my character. Probably.
Man,
It's a dark space, but yes.
social media game comparisons, and like half the number of people I know are depressed, not because they are really going through something bad, but because what they see on Instagram, right? And even I get.
Yeah.
So that comparison in real life, because on Instagram you just see one post, right? And you draw conclusions that this person might be very happy. But imagine if it is all fictional, if it is all generated, then I don't know. I mean, what
I think 90% of content even now is fictional on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Or
And imagine the degree and the frequency and the
I guess the quality of that, the quality and the effort put behind all that fictional content will be taken away by AI. That's the
I think there should be one app which does not allow any AI generated content.
I guess that's the current use. That will be the next USP.
That will be that I don't allow.
Probably there will be an app which only has AI generated content. So anybody who's signing up about that, now it might just add value, but then we can compare.
Just like there should be no app, and you should just spend time with real people.
Just like
Now, become a negotiator.
introduce verification to remove the bots, right?
That are
Right.
physical meetups.
Physical
I-
meetups.
I think we should start physical meetups. Their value is going to go up very soon.
And that's a good note. I mean, physical meetups. And next time, I think there are a lot of topics we get. So in case guys will like the podcast, put it in the comments. Put what you think the future can hold for us, and also put any sort of AI created avatars you might have created in the comments. We will check them out. Probably give a shout
Or
out.
maybe any of the AI models that they follow, right? And they're able to figure it out, and that is an AI.
If there is some interesting use case of that model that you have figured out, put it that. We will probably give a shout out. Or if you are an app or a product or a solo trying to build something, let us know. Put it again, reach out to us on the channel. And I mean, a lot of good topics to be discussed in the future on Gemini, on deepfakes, on other use cases. So we'll keep it for that. Anything else, guys, you want to end with?
No, I guess this is a good discussion. We were able to cover a lot of things, put our ideas, and I think that space is getting heated up, and there were a lot of things coming up in the next 6 months that we will talk about.
I think it's faster than we can digest now. Like every
Yes,
day I
exactly.
wake up,
Yeah.
and now I'm scared that, whoosh, what will happen today? Like
The FOMO has exponentially increased.
Yes, exactly that.
Just about the form, it is about the sheer amount of speed at which things are happening, and you are digesting, even if you are not having a fear of missing out. But
Yeah.
it's not to digest. Like every day, it's getting exponential. Today we have a car, tomorrow we have a flying car, tomorrow we have a car going to space. But this you can't tell. And then we just keep thinking the use cases, but till the time our use cases develop, another technology comes. So that's quite great.
Yeah.
Then let's end it. So thank you, and let's see you again in the next episode. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.